Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Hidden Life Manual. This is a space where we try to find solutions to the problems that we encounter on a daily basis in our life. Um, in this particular video, today we will talk about the reinforcement loop of mindset and behavior. So, not everybody has a growth mindset in every aspect, and not everybody has a fixed mindset in every aspect. So somebody might have a growth mindset in sports, but have a fixed mindset while it comes to studying. And what are these two mindsets? Growth mindset is something when somebody believes that they can achieve something, even when things are not going as planned, or they do not have the right resources, or if they have the resources, they always aim high and think on the positive direction, whereas fixed mindset feels more um, danger in taking difficult steps and try to stay in the comfort zone. And people with growth mindset take on new challenges and take on more risks and work on new projects. And these are the people who go higher in life because of their mindset. So today we will understand how this mindset is shaped and how is this reinforced, because not everybody's mindset is fixed, and this mindset can also be changed. You can become a person with growth mindset from a person with fixed mindset in a particular domain like studying or even sports. So, what is this reinforcement loop? This reinforcement loop starts with our belief, whatever I believe. So, we learned in other videos about the conditioning of our system, and uh, how does it condition our life and the way we think about it. So, same is happening here. We have a particular belief, and that belief is causing our reaction. So let's say if I have a positive or a growth mindset, then I'll say I have done difficult things in past and I can do this new project as well. Let's say content creation, it is a new domain for me. I have been working in different domains of software engineering, and this is a challenge. So, but the people with such mindset can think about difficult things and say, find positive points to work on that, and um, reinforce this whole thing into their life. So, if somebody has done great things in the past which are difficult, so they can use that data point to think about that I can do this difficult thing as well, and that reinforces the world around them. So that causes their reaction. So if I believe that this can work out and I can um, also do this difficult thing, then I will be sending out different reactions in the world, which will um, cause environment response as well. So the first thing is the belief, and then the reaction. When I believe that I can do it, then I will react in that way. I will take everything in positive direction. I will take everything as a challenge and an opportunity to learn, and that reaction is going to cause my environment to believe in me as well, because they can see the hard work and they can see the enthusiasm that the person has for their own goals. And this environment response is again going to give response to the person and the belief. So this is reinforcing belief, reaction, environment response, and that response is again giving validation to the initial belief. So this was a growth mindset and a positive mindset reinforcement loop. The negative mindset reinforcement loop also works the same. It's just that whatever our belief is, we find um, reasons to reinforce it and the way we think. So let's say if I think that people do not listen to me, so I will have a reaction whenever I'm going and talking to people. I believe that people do not listen to me. So when I'm believing that people do not listen to me, then my tone will be defensive. I will not speak whatever I want to speak, but I will focus on how the other person is going to perceive me. Rather than putting my point forth, I will focus on how I put it and if they are going to, what they are going to think about it, because I am insecure about that thing that people do not listen to me, or I don't have that confidence. And this reaction in the world, when I put out this reaction to other people, they can see the defensive tone, they can see the lack of confidence. And with this lack of confidence, they are not able to now believe and listen to me. So you are not sending authority in your communication, not showing authority in your communication, and hence others are feeling defensive, or others are not able to trust your words because you yourself are not confident. And that lack of confidence and defensive tone is coming from your own belief that people do not listen to me. And when you see that people are not listening to you, then your initial belief is again reinforced. So you started with a negative belief and you reacted in that way, that impacted the behavior and the behavior of yours and behavior of other people, and the environment response. And then it comes back to you as a reinforcement of your own belief. So this is the whole cycle of how do we reinforce whatever the kind of belief that we have, and that also reinforces our mindset. Positive, you become more positive. Negative, you become more negative. And it is easier to go in the negative direction because you don't have to put any energy into going into negative direction. So I have also mentioned about entropy in my previous videos. I will again talk about it. Entropy law says that in this whole world, everything goes towards chaos. You don't have to put energy into making anything go negative, but you have to put energy to even keep it to neutral. If you want to keep anything to its current state, then you have to put positive energy. So the apple goes to decay, the whole world is going expanding, and our own mindsets also go in the negative direction. So you don't have to put energy into thinking negative. Your brain by default brings negative thoughts in your like in your brain, and those negative thoughts, and when you work on them and act on them and think about them, then they take you in a negative direction. So if you even have to keep your thoughts to a neutral level, then you'll have to put positive energy. And if you want yourself to be a positive person, then you have to put a lot of positive energy to stay positive. But even to stay neutral, you have to give positive energy. So that's why having negative beliefs is so easy, because that's how the world works. Everything is going towards chaos, everything is going towards negativity. So we understood the loop, we understood entropy, and now we also want to understand how confirmation bias helps us, or like gives us problem in this. Because when we have a particular belief, we think of our own self, that whatever I did in this and what the feedback is coming to me, I only filter the feedback that is aligned with my belief, and I do not focus on the feedback that is contradictory to my own belief. So if you believe that people do not listen to you, then you will find out the points where the incidences where people did not listen to you, and you will neglect the points where, or the situations where people actually listen to you. And this is how you reinforced your negative or positive belief using confirmation bias because you neglected the positive feedback that you received. And this is not a um, great analysis of the situation, but our confirmation bias exists in this world, and even in our brains, and we try to find uh, those data points that align with our belief because we are emotionally attached to our beliefs and also the identity that we have created using all the beliefs that are there in our life. So we are we usually get emotionally attached to the identities that we create using our beliefs. So the positive people get attached to the positive identity, the negative people get attached to the negative identity. Not negative in terms of completely negative, but in that aspect they are focusing on the negative zone, and hence they are reinforcing their own mindset in a negative direction. And then this is kind of a whole self-fulfilling loop. It has kind of four levels. One is interpretation. How did you interpret the situation? Then we go for behavior. How uh, is the like interpretation, then the emotion and behavior. So you interpret a situation, you feel an emotion, and then you behave in that world. Just like we just now saw, uh, our reaction based on the belief and the interpretation that we have, we feel the emotion and then we react in the world, and that gives us some experience. That experience was external response, and that experience is again going to reinforce our interpretation because next time we will interpret based on the learning that we have from the past events. So that that was the reinforcement loop of mindset and behavior, and why negativity feels more easy, and even we feel that everything is happening negative in my life, or there is more negativity in the world rather than positivity, because everything by default goes into negative direction and we have to put energy to make anything positive. So those who are not putting energy and those who do not know this are going in the negative direction and are reinforcing their own beliefs and reinforcing their own thinking by thinking in negative direction by just following the law of the world, entropy. So that's it for today's video. See you next time.